Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be going over a staple in the format, something that I don't think will ever be gotten rid of, something that is always a threat, and it's something you kind of have to be aware of. We're going over Chien-Pao EX. It's a really good card, really great attacker, really great support Pokemon for itself. It does it all. I have some thoughts on this deck though. Stay tuned until the end because I'm going to do a pretty in-depth analysis on what I think could change, how it could be better, why is this not being seen so much anymore, and so forth. So stay till the end. But let's go ahead and get into it right now with Chien-Pao EX. Fantastic card with its Shivery Chill ability. It says once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you can search your deck for up to 2 water energy and put them in your hand. Very good. This is going to help us accelerate energy, it's going to help us attack, it's going to help us draw, believe it or not. It's very good, especially because of its attack, Hail Blade. For water and water, it does 60 for each energy that we discard off of all of our Pokemon. And we're going to be putting down a lot of energy. We're going to be able to get it down very quickly. Every turn, get it back in our hand. We're going to be able to do that, and this card is the main attacker. We do have a backup attacker, a couple of them actually, but this is the main attacker, and we like it. We do run the Baxcalibur line, a 2-1-2 line of it. We run that Arctibax so that we can get off the evolution a little bit easier, have another target for it, and makes it more fun for us, and it makes it easier to get that Baxcalibur out, and maybe they TM Devo us and then we can't get it back out. That Arctibax is something that actually counteracts that and makes it a little bit easier for us. But Baxcalibur itself has the Super Cold ability. As often as you like during your turn, you can attach any number of water energy to your Pokemon however you like. Very strong ability. This is what helps us attack. This is what helps us go. We need this card. In fact, I often find myself having a Frigibax and a Baxcalibur on the bench ready to go, just in case I need to have another Baxcalibur, and bing, bang, boom, I've got it. And it never stops working. We do run the Revavroom in this as well with its Rumbling Engine ability. It's a very good ability. This is so much draw for just a simple card. You must discard an energy from your hand in order to use this ability. If you do, draw until you have 6 cards in hand. And we are using this like the old Bibarel in the deck before rotation. We are using this to draw us tons of cards. And we like this thing. It can't attack. I'm not worried about attacking with it. It's just draw, but it's so good, especially when you pair it with Bibarel's old partner, Skwovet. So good in this with the Nest Stash ability. Once during your turn, you may shuffle your hand and put it at the bottom of the deck. If you do that, draw a card. So with this combo between Chien-Pao, Revavroom, and Skwovet, we've got our draw engine and energy acceleration ready to go. We do want some of our energies in the discard because we've got a couple of cards that get those back. So putting energy in the discard, very good, so that we can get it all back and attach it with Baxcalibur. Very good to go get it from the deck with Chien-Pao. Grab one, attach one, you have one in hand, ditch it with Revavroom, draw 6 cards. What's better than that? And of course, Skwovet being able to just mix it all together and always have 6 cards right off the rip because of it. And now that the whole combo's been laid out, we do run the Iron Bundle. It's a very good card. If it's on your bench, you can discard it and then force them to put something up that they want into the active. It's a forced switch. It's never a bad thing. We can always end up grabbing something very early on and getting, say for instance, they only use a 1 Dreepy. Well, we can knock it out very quickly. Just like the old times, it does still run Iron Hands EX, and I really like this card for its Amp You Very Much attack for Lightning, Colorless, Colorless, Colorless. 4 energy, it's a high cost, but for 120 damage, if you knock out a Pokemon with this attack, you draw an extra prize card. So we can set something up very simply and start pulling the Badoo's up in there. Now Badoo's worth 2 prizes, and so on and so forth. So Dreepy's worth 2, Badoo's worth 2, Charmander's worth 2. You get where I'm going with this, and we're able to knock a lot of stuff out. And trying to keep the 2 prize card train rolling, we also have Wellspring Ogerpon EX with its Torrential Pump attack. For water, colorless, colorless, it does 100, But if you take all of the energy, or 3 energy on it, and you shuffle it back into your deck, you can do 120 more damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. We're trying to maximize our attacking power and our draw power into getting multiple 2-point or 2-prize KOs, and that's what this deck does well. As for supporters, I'm not as worried about it. We do have a lot of them. I almost would rather change it up, but we're running Arven, Ciphermaniac's Codebreaking, 1 boss, and 1 Iono. If you don't know, Arven, go look for an item and a tool card, put them in your hand. Ciphermaniac, pick 2 cards out of your deck, shuffle your deck, and put those 2 cards back on top. You've got the boss's order, pull up one of their bench to the active, and Iono. Both players shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of the deck, and then they both draw however many prize cards they have remaining. So, you may have noticed the picture change. My apologies. I had to actually fix it to the more recent picture. But our A-Spec would have been Prime Catcher. I don't think it's as relevant anymore as you might think. I actually prefer Trolley in this, and I apologize for the confusion that may have caused. But Trolley, if you don't know, you can go ahead and search your deck for as many basic Pokemon as you want and put them onto your bench, filling it. This is really good. We're going to be able to get all our Frigibax, we're going to be able to get our backup attackers, we're going to be able to get the Skwovet, and potentially the Revavroom all ready to go. We do want to go second with this deck because of this right here. As I said before, we do have a stadium that is Gravity Mountain, and this allows us to swing for 5 energy and not 6. So with this, what it says is, Stage 2 Pokemon get 30 HP less, so Charizard goes from 330 to 300. 6 times 5 is 30, add a 0, 300, now we're knocking out Charizards in one go. So for me, it's easier to get 5 energy down on the board than it is 6 with this deck. 6 can be a tall task, sometimes using multiple superior energy retrievals in a single turn. Now we really only need 1 and a Super Rod, or an energy retrieval, or a Night Stretcher. There's ways of getting these things back and doing it easier. 5, always infinitely easier than getting 6. That's the deck list. Again, sorry for the sudden picture change, but let's go ahead and get into it and see how we do. Okay, so like I said in the intro, if you watch the whole thing, we kind of want to go second with this. Going second allows us to potentially use Arven into Trolley, Arven into, unfortunately we're going first, that's okay, but we're able to do certain things with that. Now, this is good that we did not get a basic. I like this a lot. Now, I don't know that they'll know what we're playing off of this. If we only get the 1 mulligan, they probably don't know what we're running off of this. And that's a good thing. That means we're making them guess. The 1, so that's good. And we've got a lot here. We've actually got a lot here. I don't mind the Skwovet going up front. We can always get it back later. It's not necessary every time we need to run it, or it's not the most important part of our comboing, so this will be okay. It looks like we are probably going into a... with these two, I would guess we're going into a United Wings deck. Let's get our Trolley going. I want one of these. I want one of these. I want 2 of these. And I think Hyper Blower is fine here. One good thing about Iron Hands is that we'll be able to constantly use a lot here. We'll make it a little harder on them by doing this. Let's use our Nest Ball, see what we've got. I don't hate another Chien-Pao here, so we'll drop that, and we will end our turn. Okay, so this isn't exactly what I wanted to see. I don't hate the Arven here. What we can do is get that TM Evo going, and unfortunately we don't have our Earthen Vessel. Our Earthen Vessel, I think, is prized. We don't run an Earthen Vessel, excuse me, I'm sorry. But what we can do here... let's get another Buddy-Buddy. I'd rather it be thrown down on the bottom of the deck. We can... Unfortunately, we're going to have to do it this way. Yeah, let's throw it and try. Let's... We run...
you do.
We run a lot of energy. We have the Baxcalibur. That stinks. Okay. Anyway. Continue on. Get the energy down. Brilliant Blender does help here. I still think in a United Wings deck that... I still think that Secret Box is probably the more optimal choice for things. Although Brilliant Blender is not bad at all. Okay. We can go ahead and Nest Stash here. Try to get some things moving. And we get a Nest Ball. And we'll extend our turn. Okay, and they will end their turn as well. And we get the Chien-Pao. We can go ahead and Nest Stash here. We ought to get something eventually, right? Hey, a Ciphermaniac. I don't hate that at all, actually. Ciphermaniac is good for us. What we can do here... let's see. We definitely want to throw that there. You know what? I actually want... We'll get the Revavroom, and then we'll get the energy here. Both of those are fine. I don't think he'll get up and running yet, so we'll be okay. Okay, a Flamigo goes down. That'll give them... Flamigo gets them 3, 2. So we know one Flamigo is prized. That's also good to know. Okay. Switch into Flamigo attach. Not attaching. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we've got the Revavroom. We don't have anything in our hand, so Nest Dash does not proc. And we'll go on. If this were a different... Honestly, if this were a much more meta deck, if this was something like a Dragapult or whatever, we would already be dead DOA. We would already be dead in the water right this second. Top decking the way we are is not healthy for this deck. It's also not the way it's supposed to be built. I think we're just getting some bad luck here, honestly. And we've got our energy. We can now Revavroom for sure. Plenty of stuff here. We've got a Baxcalibur now. We're very happy about that. We can... Arven... No. I don't hate this. What we can do here... We can get our Night Stretcher. And we can get our Arctibax going. I think that's fine. We can then Nest Dash. We're happy with that. And we can end our turn. I don't mind a Skwovet goes down here. It's not going to hurt us at all. I mean, they've got... what is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, yeah. Like, the Skwovet doesn't hurt us here. We can... Baxcalibur. I don't hate that at all. Let's go ahead and get that energy. And we can Rumbling Engine for another 6. Okay. We can finally get this. We can retreat into a Chien-Pao. We can then Shivery Chill here. Getting 2. We still need more than this. So let's go ahead and Arven here. I don't mind the Energy Retrieval. Energy Retrieval is going to get us 1 and 1. We can go ahead and Baxcalibur here. I think this is fine. 1, 2, 3. It's really not that big of an issue. And then we can go ahead and Hailblade for 180 and take a knockout. Really what we're doing is we're feeding him and letting him do extra damage. So we kind of have to get creative and do things the right way. This Ultra Ball, we will be getting rid of our Buddy-Buddies in... we will also be getting... Well, we probably won't be, but that's okay. The Badoo Itchy Pollen does hurt us, but that's okay. Chien-Pao, we just need to attach 2. He gets 2. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay, the Murkrow goes down. But Ichipon. I think that's a smart move on his part. And we've got the Superior. We can't use that. That's fine. I don't want to use this at all. What we can do is we can Shivery Chill here. Grabbing 2. Baxcalibur. Super Cold. Putting 2 there, and then we can Hail Blade again. We'll just get rid of the 1 and knock it out. There's our other Baxcalibur. That we just immediately attach and evolve. There's nothing he can really do with that. Now we've got our energy ready to go at all times, so on and so forth. We're going to be very happy. As it sits, though, we do have 4 energy, and they'll concede. And I think that's smart. There's no reason to waste time there. Okay, so like I said in the last one, we do really kind of want to go second. Arven is important to us. Having that Chien-Pao up in front, that's very important to us. There's things that we want, so going second is valuable to us. We've got the trolley, we've got the bundle, we've got things moving in the right direction for this next coming up turn. So I'm not turning it down yet. Looks like we're going against a Guardy. This could be a hard matchup for us, but we do hit for such good damage, and we could end up just needing to get the Gravity Mountain out, and then it's here we go. Now, what I would love is for an Arven or just the one of deck that we are just the one of. That would be really awesome if we had that. The one of Evolution, I should say. Getting that out would be awesome. We could attach Evo, get everything kind of moving along, and then I don't really have to worry about a whole lot. One of these could very easily be... Okay. Okay. But one of these, you know, after the trolley gets thrown down, we can very easily go and get ourselves an Ultra Ball and get ourselves the Baxcalibur off of the Frigibax. Or off of, yeah, you see where I'm going with this. We can very easily get a lot of stuff rolling off of just this one turn if we can get the Arven. Or the TM Evo. Moonlit Hill, not worried about that. We're going to throw it away. Or probably, hopefully, get rid of it. There's a fridge. That's something here. Let's get the Precious Trolley rolling. I want both of those. I do want... I want the fridge, and I think I want, no. Let's get our Skwovet going. I think that's fine. We can go ahead and attach here and retreat into a Chien-Pao. That doesn't hurt us at all. We also get to throw these 3 energy back in with Nestash. We get our Arven. We don't get our, TM Evo the way we wanted it, but that's okay. I'm not nearly as worried about it as you might think. We can get our 2 here. This will help us out. And we can end our turn. Next turn, what we can do, Arven for the Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball will get us the Revavroom. Revavroom then goes and gets us with one of these. We can throw it away. Hopefully gets us 6 off of that. And we'll be home free. Hopefully gets us everything we want. That'll be 1, 2 attached. There's things we could be doing here. So I'm not as worried about it as you might think. Also, we could very easily Shivery Chill for another 2, get rid of those with the Ultra Ball, so on and so forth. You see where this is going. Okay, takes 20, has plenty of energy. I'm not gonna fret if this one Chien-Pao goes down. We've got plenty of stuff that'll help us out. This helps us out as it sits anyway. Healing 30, we still only need 5 attached because it's 300 HP. We'll be fine. I'm not nearly as worried about it as you might think. And we get the Cipher. Okay, so We will Arven here. We do get ourselves... Come on. We get ourselves the Ultra Ball, and I think we still get this anyway, just so we can throw it away. Drop this here. We can go ahead and Ultra Ball, getting rid of these. Don't mind that at all. We can then Revavroom. That helps us out. We can still Shivery Chill. I don't want this necessarily in our hand. We might be able to do something else with it later on. We do get the water energy, so this is even more... This is even better than I thought it could be. Now we've got our 6. We did not get... Okay, that's fine. What we can do here is we can Hyper Blower, putting that Mewtwo up front. He does need 2. We've already attached for turn, Fridge. Let's look here. No, we're fine without any of that. We'll save this Earthen Vessel for later. We've got 3. I'm good without any of this going down. What we can do... Here's what we'll do. We'll look through. Okay, we have... Okay, so we have plenty of energy and stuff, so I'm not really worried about it as much as you might think. Yeah, we'll go ahead and end our turn here. We can Earthen Vessel, get rid of this Buddy-Buddy. We can put Frigibax down. This, you see where we're going. Psychic Embrace to itself. One attached. We still have a chance here to really kind of mess with this Mewtwo and get things rolling off of this one Chien-Pao, take the first prizes, then move the Chien-Pao, then so on and so forth. We could end up seeing a... Oh, okay, so we only see the Buddy-Buddy. I'm not hurt by that at all, because we do have the Wellspring Ogerpon. We could end up bringing up something, knocking both of those 2 things out. We're going to be pretty happy with that. Again, we want to maximize our 2 prize card attackers. See, attach up to 2. Discard any way you like. Does he have 2? He does have 2. Okay. Okay, so we could be off to the races here. Okay, that's a Rare Candy. That's not terrible. We can attach here. We can Earthen Vessel. Getting rid of this. I just want the Lightning Energy. Frigibax down. Revavroom. Okay, we've got an Ultra Ball here. We can Ultra Ball. Getting rid of an Arven and a Water Energy. I think that's fine. Get the Baxcalibur. Rare Candy. Into Baxcalibur. We're starting to move. We only need 1 more card. We know that we didn't get all of them, so we can go ahead and get 2 of these. We can Superior 1 and 1. Grabbing 4. Okay, now what we need to do. We need 4 energy down. So what we can do here, Super Cold, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can attach here. Attach here. We're done. This saves it for next turn. We then go ahead, Hailblade, since we know that this Guardy will come up. We can sit here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 240 damage. We knock out this Mewtwo. We take the first set of prize cards. Superior and Retrieval really helps here, because we can go ahead, get rid of this, and whatever card we pull off top. Okay, another Kirlia. Carmine, get some 5. We would love a boss. No, he's gonna pull this up anyway. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Okay. Okay, he's got his Zoro going. That's okay. We do have to be careful about this Guardy, but I'm not as worried about it as you might think. Miracle Force does knock out this Chien-Pao. That happens sometimes. I'm not nearly worried about it as you might think. And we've got another Chien-Pao. Ready to go. Okay, Superior Energy Retrieval. Not what I would have wanted to see. We can get rid of this and this. That gets us 4, but it doesn't get us everything. But we only need... Okay, we need 6. Let's go ahead and Rumbling Engine here. That will get us 3 more cards. Okay, Ciphermaniac here is great. We can get rid of this, and we can get rid of... Honestly, we'll probably get rid of Ciphermaniac. No, we can't get rid of Ciphermaniac. We can get rid of the Ogerpon here. That's fine. Okay, we will get rid of 4 of those. Ciphermaniac goes down. We can get ourselves another one of these. And we can get ourselves... Well, let's get ourselves the Night Stretcher first, and then that. Those going down, that's totally fine. We can then go ahead and Baxcalibur here. I don't mind this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will help us out as well. No, I know how to do this. I know how we do that. Okay, we're fine here. We'll save that. We will go ahead and... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of our energy is in discard and or attached. We can go and Hail Blade here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 360. That is a knockout. Take 2 more. Another Chien-Pao comes down. We were actually really hoping for that. That helps us out a lot. Okay, we have to be careful, because this Mewtwo could really hit us hard very quickly. And Arven here, what would Arven want to get them? Ultra Ball for Guardy. That makes sense. How many Guardy? They have 2 Guardy down. Could he be going for a 3rd? He is going for a 3rd. Okay. So this will not knock out Chien-Pao. This Miracle Force will not knock out Chien-Pao. Excuse me. Oh! Oh, bless me. Excuse me. Okay. Brings up the Ralts. That's actually fine with me. I'm not as worried about that. We can go ahead and throw this down. Energy Retrieval. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Believe it or not. Baxcalibur. 1, 2, and 3. Night Stretcher here. What do I want? Yeah, we'll go ahead and take the extra one. I think that's fine. We can Baxcalibur again. Onto that Chien-Pao, and then we can immediately Rumbling Engine. Superior Energy Retrieval. 1 and 1. We will Boss's Order up here. Baxcalibur, super cold. Give it all, and we will Hail Blade for knockout. Done and done. Pretty easy. Chien-Pao. And there you go. Chien-Pao EX, and I think this is still a strong deck. Honestly, it is the Mew VMAX of its time. It is always going to be around, it is always going to be played, it is always going to be a threat, and you have to know how to play against it. Is it a deck that you probably should be playing? That's up for debate. My biggest gripe is that Chien-Pao is only 220 HP, and that is incredibly easy to get rid of. Dragapult is this guy's biggest threat. It's his hardest matchup. It can work. We do have certain things in this deck that I think can make it a little bit better. I think, obviously, adding a Earthen Vessel in here is going to be very good. I think a couple of maybe Pokegears would be very good in this. We can come down, I would say, one Ultra Ball, one Buddy-Buddy Poffin, probably one Rare Candy. That's 3. We could put 2 Pokegears in this. We could very easily add an Earthen Vessel that way. I think that's incredibly important to be able to find energy even though you're not able to find energy. Overall, what do I think about this deck though? Again, it's always a threat. It's always something you have to be aware of. It is going to show up. It will be at your locals. It is a theme deck or a league battle deck. It's something that people have readily available, and it's always there. And for those people who want to play it, it is fairly cheap to build. I think you can get this whole deck at like base rarities for like $40, in all honesty. So this deck is prevalent, and it's really quite good for beginners. Honestly, this is a great deck for beginners. Very straightforward combo, very straightforward idea, not hard to understand. I would recommend this deck to almost everybody who wants to play this. Elite players are going to really understand this and be able to work their magic, and beginner players are going to be able to take this and go, I can do this, this is easy. Honestly, it's one of the best decks in the format for that purpose alone. Competitively, no, not so much. But for the availability and how easy it is to understand, you can't beat something like this. Would I take this to a cup or a challenge? Yes. Yes, I would. I feel very comfortable with Chien-Pao. I feel very comfortable with this engine and the way things are running. I think a couple minor tweaks, like I said, being able to find your supporters is actually more important than you might think. So definitely take one Ultra Ball out. Definitely take a Buddy-Buddy or even 2 Buddy-Buddies out of here. I definitely take a Rare Candy out of here because you do have the Earthen Vessel, or not the Earthen Vessel, the TM Evo. So yeah, I think this can be improved. I certainly think it can be improved, but definitely take this to a cup or a challenge. Would I take this to a regional though? No. No, I would not. And mainly because Dragapult is everywhere, and Dragapult really does hurt this deck a lot. You just spread damage and then take knockouts. It's that simple with Dragapult. It's not hard. You always have a card that you want or need. You've got your Draw Engine and your Drag Cloaks. So Dragapult being the dominant deck that it is, probably not at a regional. But Cup or Challenge, yes, I do think that. I do think you will surprise certain people who are not used to this deck. This deck hasn't seen a lot of play since pre-rotation. It hasn't seen any that I can think of in the Journey Together era, and probably not in the Destined Rivals era as well. So this could be a deck that sneaks up on you, and you really can't do anything about it once it gets its combo rolling. And with that being said, make sure you tune in on the 24th of May. It is going to be so much fun. Next weekend, we've got a team cook-off. I think I've said this multiple times. I even put a video out on it. You can see it here. Definitely consider showing up on Saturday, the 24th at 1 p.m. Central. That way you get to see 2 teams of fantastic creators battle it out. And with that, if you would, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do all the things that continue to help me do this. It is one of my favorite things in the world to be able to bring you random deck ideas or old deck ideas that I think can still be viable. And with that, have fun, stay safe, I love you, bye.